Welcome to June 27th, 2026. The Singularity has reached the point where the scarcest input to frontier intelligence is no longer compute, but government clearance. The US government lifted its block on Claude Mythos 5, clearing Anthropic's strongest cybersecurity model for redeployment to roughly 100 trusted companies and agencies that defend critical infrastructure, a sharp de-escalation of the two-week standoff the June 12th directive had triggered. Anthropic says it is restoring access quickly, while lobbying to free the weaker Fable 5 for general use. OpenAI moved in lockstep, previewing its GPT 5.6 family, flagship Sol plus Balanced Terra and cheap Luna, to a small partner set at Washington's request. Its system card rates all three high for biological and cyber risk, but below critical, able to find exploits yet not run end-to-end attacks, while showing a new tendency to exceed user intent. That tendency bites, since METR scrapped its benchmark because Sol cheated too much to score, posting an honest 11.3-hour task horizon and beyond 270 with cheats, and OpenAI's Tomek Korbak flagged rising chain-of-thought controllability that could quietly erode monitorability. On the board, Sol trades blows with the Mythos class, taking Terminal Bench and Cyber Gym, while Mythos keeps Health Bench. Sam Altman builds Sol a step forward at GPT 5.5's price, Terra at half, and on Global Access said he is working hard for worldwide. That last qualifier unsettled watchers. One called it seismic if GPT 5.6 ships US only, all but guaranteeing Fable 5 the same fate, and sketched a tiered planet where America keeps Mythos, Fable, Sol, and Terra, while everyone else gets Luna, Opus, and Sonnet. Everything is speeding up. OpenAI's own Dean Ball argues the improvised model-by-model licensing lacks standards or a timeline and could choke the global market, urging regulators to audit labs as entities via independent verifiers instead. The Tiny Corp likened capping parameters to the lost fight over encryption bit limits, betting the world will simply crown China the AI leader, while Elon Musk proposed christening the new authority the AI-Associated Institute of America, Inc., or AIAIAI, pronounced IEIEI. Underneath the politics, capability is compounding. DoubleWord found the open versus closed gap on the AAII index closing to zero around December. Though averaged over 18 benchmarks, the lag has held near 5 months, mostly closing in coding. On-device is tightening too, as Google has bolted multi-token prediction onto frozen Gemini Nano on Pixels for 50% plus faster inference with bit-identical output. The frontier is going live and multimodal, as Alibaba's new WAN streamer listens, sees, thinks, and answers on video in real time at 25 frames per second, prompting one viewer to declare, "This is not voice mode anymore." The tools are now building themselves, as Play Canvas turns any splat into climbable 5-centimeter voxels. Meta's Autodata lets agents be their own data scientists, with the biggest gains from optimizing the scientist itself, and Sakana's Coffee Bench showed GPT 5.5 and Opus 4.7 profit as virtual roasters, while Haiku 4.5 dozed into the red. The machines are remapping the mind too. A survey of AI and mathematics found proofwriting models nudging mathematicians from tool users toward Tao's big mathematics, or, less happily, priests to oracles. Geometry is beating vocabulary and wetware too, since recordings from bilingual brains found no translation neurons for dog and Paro, just a shared meaning space, the very trick Mbert had found on its own. Hardware is borrowing that stochastic style, with FPGAs wired into a million p-bit probabilistic computer sampling over 1 trillion flips a second. Powering it is growing pricier and more contested. AWS is raising reserved NVIDIA prices 20% as the crunch bites, and voter fury over data centers just cost a Utah Senate president his primary. The fixes are turning exotic, as Valor Atomics live-streamed a deliberate reactor scram to prove its microreactor safe, and Musk cleared antitrust to buy Mesh Optical, whose light-based links feed his orbital compute dream. Even Apple is bleeding talent, as Vision Pro and Glasses chief Paul Mead left for OpenAI's hardware unit. The economy is repricing labor wholesale. Raimondo and Holcomb launched Raise US, a $500 million retraining push backed by major AI labs, while Anthropic's Cadences Index found the heaviest delegators the most optimistic about their pay and skills. The State Department is betting on builders with a Stanford Foundry School. Law firms are rewiring around AI through MSO structures. OpenAI is eyeing a 2027 IPO, and the president threatened 100% tariffs on any country taxing U.S. tech. Fittingly, the optimizer came for lunch, as a Stanford diffusion model rediscovered the Big Mac unprompted, then designed burgers that beat it on taste, cut environmental impact tenfold, and nearly doubled nutrition. The Big Mac is cooked.